fresh out the box.
Fresh California plums.
Hello and welcome to another episode of Fresh Film Fridays, the podcast where two dudes pick the newest films streaming or in theaters and discuss them. Today we are talking about 2022's Deep Water, which was directed by Adrian Lyne. I am your co-host, Alec.
I'm Justin.
And Justin, this is a fun movie. I mean, just look at the poster. You get Ben Affleck putting his chin on the back of Anna her head, you know? It's a fun poster, gotta say.
Yeah, this is, I wish the movie was as good as the poster.
Oh, you didn't like it?
No.
Good, because we didn't actually watch it.
Well, I watched it.
Oh, you really did watch it?
I did. I posted about it the other night. Guys, this is an April Fool's joke. We're not going to spend any time talking about this trash movie. So.
Oh, no. Yeah, my friend wanted to watch it, and we went with Fresh over this one, and guess that's a good thing.
Yeah, so why don't you tell people what we're actually talking about?
We are actually talking about something really cool. Today, we are actually
Wait.
What?
Wait, hold on.
Uh-oh.
Wait. Oh. You know what that is, Alec?
Yeah, that's instant boner.
Yeah, I was trying to just give people a tip. But yeah, we're talking about Halo.
Yes, we're going to talk the pilot of the Halo TV show today, which was released last week on Paramount Plus and was directed by Otto Bathurst. Okay, all right.
Otto Batman. Fun fact, I didn't even know I was paying for Paramount Plus. I subscribed to it for South Park.
Yeah.
And I've been paying $6 every month, apparently. So...
Well, I guess you and Eric have something in common, and I've been taking Eric's Paramount Plus, so I'm admitting that now.
Yeah, nice. Well, this got a 7.1 for the first episode.
Okay.
And I think I first heard about this, a year ago, right?
Oh my God, they've been talking about a Halo movie or TV show since, we were, 11.
That's true. It was a movie I thought they were talking about, and I didn't actually think it was ever actually happening.
Yeah, it was Steven Spielberg was going to do it, and it was right around when Avatar came out, so people were like, they can really do it now with the special effects. They can really do it. And I remember a trailer came out 15 years ago. Do you remember that one that came out online? That live action?
No, dude.
Dude, okay. 15 years ago, there's some live action trailer. It looked so cool. And people were like, this is it. This is what the show's going to be like. And then it just never came out. And I believe District 9 is what actually happened. They used all the special effects and they made District 9.
Okay.
But now, 2022, it's been 21 years since Halo Combat Evolved came out. And we chose this because it's very special for you and me. I mean, and Eric, Halo is something that we've bonded over as friends, things that we played by ourselves. I mean,
it's the reason my grades were so bad in high school.
I mean, really though, partially, probably.
Yeah, I played a lot of Halo. I feel like the timing for this was pretty good though. I mean, everyone dealt with COVID the past 2 years, and then Putin's I'm going to start World War III, and everyone's all right, guys, it's time to. We'll release it now.
We're getting Will Smith slapping people in Halo. We need distractions, guys.
Do you recognize the cast? Because there are some familiar faces here.
Yeah, I recognize the guy that played Master Chief. He was in Orange is the New Black.
Yeah.
And The Wire.
And then Bokeem Woodbine? Do you recognize him?
No. Yes, I do. Why do I know him?
He's the other Spartan. He's in a ton of kind of meh things.
I have seen him. Yeah.
Yeah. And then who else? We have Natasha McClone. Recognize her?
By far my favorite of the entire show was her. She nailed Halsey, I thought.
Well, she's definitely probably the most famous person. And then I don't know if you recognize Charlie Murphy. which is not
Charlie Murphy,
which is not Eddie Murphy's brother.
No, yeah. I didn't recognize her. I want to talk about her. I want to talk about like everything, but no, I didn't. What have you seen her in?
Oh, nothing. I just thought it was funny. She had the same name.
Oh yeah, no. The Bokeem Woodbine, I remember him. He's in Fargo. That's yes. He's in the TV show Fargo. So I haven't seen him in that. No, I've never seen Charlie Murphy in anything, but she. I'm confused. So let's kind of like talk about this a little bit. So this is not the Halo timeline that we know. This is not the video game timeline. This is not anything to do with the books or the comic books or anything like that. This is called the Silver timeline or something like that. So did you know about this?
No, I was trying to piece together what was going on.
Okay.
It sounded like from the episode that the Marines are like in charge of everything, and there's like this rebel group that's colonized a planet to kind of get away from their rule. And it sounds like the Marines know of the Covenant because, you know, that guy said like it's propaganda, but no one really like has ever seen an elite or something.
Yeah, so I think that what it is basically the UNSC is almost, it kind of makes it seem like they're like the Empire in Star Wars. Like
Yeah.
they're kind of the police of the galaxy, and there's these planets that are like, we don't want to join you guys or whatever. So they believe, certain systems and planets believe that the UNSC is making the Covenant up so that they join the UNSC, which is kind of a cool idea. You know, that's why they don't trust them. We don't really know what the UNSC is doing behind closed doors. We do know about this Article 72 or whatever, which is like, yeah, we just kind of shoot people, you know? So now the Covenant invade this one random planet where there is a rebel group on it that's against the UNSC, and then we meet Master Chief and these other Spartans that come to save the day, apparently.
We don't see Master Chief never takes his helmet off in the games, right?
All right.
Because I don't like that.
No, Justin, I was like, fuck this. Like audibly out loud, like the cat's looking at me, like, what's your deal? I was pissed off when that happened.
Because it makes him look kind of human, which, if I remember from the game, I always confuse the two. I don't remember if they were like once people who were then enhanced into like robots, or they like, actually built them. They're not actual humans.
So the way that it worked, at least how it used to work, I don't know what this new timeline's going to do, but Halsey would go to planets where they have humans on them, but the gravity is very intense for humans. So these children, they are human, but they're just naturally jump higher, stronger, because their bodies are used to this stuff. So they're perfect candidates for these suits, I can never say the word, but you know, the suits that are too heavy. So that's why I think in this one, they're kind of bringing that back a little bit, because you see John have the flashback or whatever when he touches that Covenant artifact. Yeah. So I think they're going to kind of go in that direction where they say in this, they're not human. They are humans. They are actual humans that have just been so dehumanized that they're just like machines, basically. But they are actual humans, Spartans.
Yeah, I'm guessing the reason why they don't want him to look at that artifact is because they don't want them to remember that they were like humans taken from home and enhanced and shit.
Yeah, so here's the thing. Showing his face is a problem. Like, it's annoying just to do in general, but to do it in the first episode, I was like...
It reminded me, I had like terror flashbacks of Pedro Pascal bitching at The Mandalorian. Like I want them to see my face. Like, bro, we all know it's you. Honestly, it just, I didn't want to see his face.
No, I don't want to see his face either. But I actually have a bigger gripe than his face. The voice. The voice is not right.
You don't like his voice?
No, not at all.
Well, see, dude... But you're going to say that as long as it's, you know, no one's going to be good except for the original voice.
So here's the thing. Have Pablo Schreiber as the body, and if they have to take off the helmet, then okay, it's his face, and then have Steve Downes do the voice. Like, I'm sorry. I know I'm very particular about this, but that voice is all we have to associate Master Chief with. I mean, we have, like, you know, the figure or whatever, but that voice is so iconic. It's stoic. He is this character. So don't have him make little jokes. And I don't know. So that's my gripe. They are fundamentally changing the character of Master Chief.
Maybe it was like a finance issue, because I'm guessing they would have had to pay him so much money to use his voice.
I mean, I don't know. He's not like a big actor. He's just Master Chief. But, you know, they brought Cortana back. They have Jen Taylor doing the voice of Cortana. So it's like... I don't know. I found that a little annoying. I was very, very like shook or whatever. Just like, whoa, that's his voice? No.
See, I didn't mind the voice. I just didn't want to see his face.
Yeah.
It adds a more human element to him, and that's not like what the Spartans are.
Yeah, and I think that's what they're trying to do. So this timeline takes place before the first Halo game, even though it's a different timeline, because there's no Cortana. There's no Halo yet. They haven't even discovered the Halo, which is the first game. So yeah, it's interesting to see like what direction they're going here. And as cool as it is to have this like rebel Quan girl kind of with him, why does he care about her?
I mean, I'm guessing he cares because, I mean, they're not bad guys.
No.
They're meant to protect humans. And I mean, she was part of this group, but maybe, I don't know.
I guess touching the Covenant thing's just like, you know what? Now I don't want to follow orders anymore. It's like, dude, you don't even know what you saw. Like, that was an alien thing. That could have just been like some weird drug or some triggered thing that happens to every single person that touches it. Master Chief, don't overthink things, okay? You were issued an Article 72. What are you doing? You're a soldier. You're a soldier, Master Chief.
Dude, I thought, first of all, there were multiple times. I watched this twice. So I watched it when it came out, and then I watched it literally before this because I was kind of fuzzy on it.
Mm-hmm.
And the first time, there were multiple times where I was looking at it, and I couldn't 100% tell if it was like more CGI than I thought or like live action, whatever it's called. Like, I was looking at some of the humans, and I was like, is that real?
Yeah.
It was like so good that I was staring at the guy's face and I could not tell.
I mean, I think most of it, I mean, if it's a human, it's a human, but the Spartans and stuff, yeah, sometimes I was like, it looks like the video game. Like, I can't even really tell the difference. I really didn't think the CGI was that amazing in this.
I thought the elites looked good. They could have looked way worse.
The elites look good. I think the best CGI was that Mercy guy, the Prophet. I actually thought he looked really good, but the I don't know, the action seemed a little janky, I felt like sometimes.
Dude, I liked it. See, like the very first opening where the Covenant is like shooting at the kids running away. Dude, that was intense. Like,
yeah.
They showed the blood, they showed limbs just exploding, and I was like, wow, that's probably what a plasma weapon looks like. And then when they attacked the base and like they looked up top, I thought that was sick when the general looked up top and he just saw his guys shooting, but they don't know what it is, and then the doors just fucking explode.
Dude, and then their weapons don't do anything against their energy shields. Dude, the sound effects were on point, dude. Like when the shield was going down and when the one elite used his camouflage.
Yeah.
The sounds, dude. Oh.
The sounds were great. They took the sounds right from the game. I love that they used the energy sword. I also liked how they did that hardcore Henry type of view where it shows you from the camera, and it showed, I think they also did it in Resident Evil where they showed like the guns, like it's like from the gun view.
Dude, it was like literally the game. He had like the battle rifle, like in the right hand corner is the battle rifle icon with like the bullets, and I was like, oh, this is cool. All right, I really like this. Dude, when I saw Master Chief, or when I saw the Pelican coming into the base for the first time, I jumped up. I was like, yes, I was so excited. And then Master Chief comes out and flips over and kills people. Dude, that was everything I wanted to see, was that moment right there, was just seeing it come to life.
Yeah. Only thing that I was a little annoyed with in that opening fight scene was when the general saw his daughter under like the truck, and then he screamed out, he's like, no, and then he fired like 30 rounds into this elite. The elite came up to him, hit him, grabbed him, held him, and then stabbed him with the sword. And then it goes to Master Chief, and he like, all of that just happened. Everything I just said just happened. And then he turned his head and he was like, oh shit, an elite. Yeah. I was like, dude, where were you 20 seconds ago?
I know. Yeah, it was. I mean, I think that guy had to die, though, for that Quan girl to be like, hey, my dad's dead.
I understand that, but like,
I know.
The first bullet, Master Chief would have been like, oh shit.
I know. No, it's true. Like, he's so about saving everybody. But then everybody dies. Like, that's the thing. Like, that whole big, what was the point? He like goes down there. It's like 151 are dead now. It's like, all right, well, what was all that was all for nothing, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, I actually would have really liked it if they did the same thing from the first game. Like, you see the Pelican roll up, and then the camera goes dark, and then it opens from the Spartan view. When you like start the game and it's like boo 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 boo.
Yeah,
and he's in the thing, and then he would have dropped down. I would have liked to seen that, but honestly, like, I'm not gonna complain. This was great.
Yeah, they throw us right into the action a little bit. One of the things that I'm kind of like, I don't know, I'm torn with about, they're not following the timeline of the game.
Do we know they're not doing it yet?
As far as I know, this is called the Silver Timeline. So I mean, dude, none of this happened in any of the games, any of the stuff that happened in this first episode.
Right, I'm saying though, like maybe the first season is a prequel. Like, could the second season be the first game? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, I guess it's possible. I have a feeling the final episode, there's 9 episodes. The final episode is going to be like Cortana, and then all of a sudden it'll go black, or they'll see the Halo ring for the first time and be like, "Oh my god, what's that thing?" And then it'll just go black. But they've already confirmed season 2, which is crazy. Like, what?
That's pretty good considering we've only seen one episode.
Yeah, I guess it took them 2 years to film the first season because of the pandemic. They were filming in Canada, and then the pandemic happened, so they had to go to Budapest and do it. So
Budapest was like, we don't give a shit.
yeah, they're like, masks, what are those? Get over here. But they filmed, yeah, so it took them 2 years to film 9 episodes. I don't know how long the episodes are going to be, you know, like it's after this first pilot, but I really liked it. I thought it was really cool. I do have a few gripes. We already talked about the face, the voice, CGI being, I don't really understand why they're doing a different timeline or introducing characters that don't exist, like this, the Charlie Murphy character. I'm interested in her, but, you know, she's a human that we know from playing the Halo games that the only way to activate Forerunner technology like Halos and stuff like that is for a human to turn it on, which is why the Covenant capture keys in Miranda keys in the first and second one. But who is this woman? You know, why is she working with the Covenant?
I mean, in the games, all the like surviving humans are Marines, right? I don't remember in any of the games you going to a planet where there's just like people.
Well, there's in the second one where they destroy, I think it's called Zanzibar. Yeah, they attack Africa. There's that city in Africa. So there are cities. There's still people.
I don't remember that. I remember the spaceship where people like lived on the ship.
Yeah, there are people. There's people on Earth still. It's 2,552. So it's like 500 years from now, and there's just there are planets across the galaxy. There's the United Nations Space Command, which is the UNSC. It's kind of like Star Trek.
I mean, the games make it seem like the Covenant is winning, and like, you know, the fate of the human race kind of lies like within the Spartans' hands. But in the show, it sounds like the UNSC is still like really powerful.
Yeah, I mean, this is 100% before the full-blown attack of the Covenant, because the first huge attack of the Covenant is on Reach, which is where the UNSC headquarters are in this show, which is totally fine. So I don't really know where they're going with this. I don't know. I've read a few of the books. Like, I've played all the games so many times. Like, I love Halo, but this is different. I don't know what they're going to do. Did you read Game of Thrones? Any of the books?
No, they're way too long.
The first book, I read the first 2, and the first book is basically word for word the first season of the show. They didn't really care, like, hey, you know, like, we're going to bring in the hardcore fans, and then it'll kind of spread. I wonder if that's kind of what they were thinking of doing with this, where they're like, we're going to really, I don't know, try to nail it for the fans and not go for the broad appeal, and then have the fans spread it, and then make it broad appeal.
I don't know. I was reading some of the reviews, and I mean, it was like literally every other review, like it was like someone was like, "This is great, like it was awesome. It reminds me of my childhood." And the next one was someone being like, "Man, it was like kind of bad graphics." And then I read this one comment, and this dude was like, "I never played any of the games. The show is okay." And I'm thinking like, like, why would you watch a show that you don't know, you know, the history of the 20 years these games have been created and the dozens of books? Like, how could you not play Halo? Unless you're like a kid right now. Like, if you're like 10 years old right now, I can't see you like being like, "Oh, I want the new Halo Infinite," or whatever the new game was, if you don't know anything about it.
I mean, I think especially with Infinite, I think that was the one that's what they were trying to do. They were trying to introduce a new generation into it, because it's,
Fuck that game.
I mean, really?
Dude, we've talked about this. Dude, they messed up.
We completely disagree. I mean,
they had how many years has it been since the last one?
So the last one, the Halo 5 came out in 2015. And that's the weakest to me.
Was that the one with all the other Spartans?
Yeah, where you're Locke and you're looking for Master Chief. There's the Guardians and everything in Cortana. That's my least favorite one because it gets so convoluted in the story, and you're also not playing as Master Chief.
When did Infinite come out?
Not even 6 months ago, like December or November of last year.
Okay, we'll say 5 months ago.
Yeah.
And we played it the other week. Is there co-op yet?
Okay.
Alec, is there co-op?
No, there's not co-op yet.
Okay, so we have literally probably one of the most popular games in existence, literally the face of Xbox. When you think of Xbox exclusives, you think of Master Chief.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
a game that has been out for 2 decades,
Yeah.
guaranteed massive profits due to its fan base, and you release it with no co-op?
Okay, Justin, let me ask you this. This is why I think because the game is an
trash.
Hold on. It's an open world first person shooter, which there are not a lot of. It was very ambitious for Halo to do something like that. So they're probably like, we can't have co-op and release it at this time, or we can release the game now, see how it works, and then release co-op 6 months later. If that's your biggest gripe with the game, like take that aside. The story was great. It was
You know
open
what,
world.
Alec? MHGA. Make Halo great again.
Oh my god! But seriously,
Dude,
your argument's kind of not good. Like they don't have co-op. That's it.
Dude,
That's
one
it.
of the greatest games in history, which is when you think of our high school, like our childhood of that, how many sleepovers, how many times we all like asked our moms to move TVs in the house into the basement so we could have 5 TVs and split screen, and like
Yeah.
you're not going to release it with co-op?
You're right, Justin. We would have been doing that if co-op was available last 6 months ago. I would have came over to your house. I would have slept over.
Shut the
We would have
fuck
had your mom make us pizza bagels. We would have had a thing. You're right.
And then on top of that, okay, but dude, the Halo games are great. I mean, not some of them are kind of, but the whole very basic. There's like 15 missions. Mission 1, mission 2. It opens. You're in a new place. You play through it. It was literally borderline perfect the way it was, and all they needed to do was extend that into this new one. Instead, they were like, let's just fucking open world. Like, why?
I mean, Justin, because it gives you the option to either do what you just said, go level by level, because you can just be like, all right, I want to go from level to level to level, or you can get in a Banshee and explore the world. You can use your grapple hook or whatever, jump up all these, dude, you can climb any mountain you want as high as you want with that grapple hook.
That's
Cool
true.
as fuck.
You can save squadrons of 5 Marines 80 times if you want. If you're like, hey, the first 79 wasn't fucking repetitive, I want to do it again.
I am not claiming that it's a perfect game, but I think, all right, listen, in my mind, it goes Halo 2, Halo 3, Halo 1, Halo 6, Halo 4, Halo 5. That's my mind. I don't think 6 is even in the top 3, but I still think for what it is now, it was way better than 5. I think it's the best of the new trilogy or whatever, and it's not as confusing as the last ones have tried to be. They're like, oh, listen, like Guardians, whatever, we're done with that.
I felt like Ryan Johnson helped create this new one.
Yeah, you're oddly, weirdly biased against a game that you should be like, it's fun, but it's not amazing. But you're like, oh, I hate it. And it's like there's no reason to hate something like this.
It's fun.
Yeah,
it's fun.
And you played online quite a bit, so don't.
Yeah, man. But online, which also didn't have exclusive Slayer. We had to wait 4 months for Slayer. And for everyone listening, Alec, Eric, and I would play. And we were playing random in quotations, and it would literally be 10 games of Capture the Flag, 1 game of Slayer, 15 oddball.
I agree. And and the funny thing is, once that ended, that's when you're like, all right, now I don't want to play anymore. now that I can play the things that I wanted to play that I was bitching about, now that it's available, now I'm going to stop playing. So anyway, let's talk about the show. Let's go back to the show a little bit.
I liked how the Spartans were wrecking the elites. Like, it wasn't really a challenge. They also did they put things from the games in there, like the melee, like he meleeed the elites, and then they kind of fell back and he shot them, which was cool.
Oh, when he shot the one in the head, when he was on the ground, he's just with the pistol.
Yeah, and they made it realistic because like he switched guns. It wasn't just him with the assault rifle just destroying them.
Oh my god, dude. When you took out the pistol, I was like, I love seeing that. I thought they were going to use the jetpack. I'm kind of glad they didn't, maybe save that.
They also used his shield.
Yeah, the shield.
The shield recharge, it did the noise stating it was empty.
And he also says to Quan or whatever, when she's going to shoot him, she's like, I'll kill you. And he's like, this is titanium. Like, you won't even dent this. And that was probably like, even without his overshield on, I was like, oh my god. Quan, you don't know who you're dealing with. This is Master Chief. And then they have that little whole conversation or whatever at the in the ship, or just about like, you killed my mother, and they have to have this like little conflict or whatever. It's like, all right.
Well, is Master Chief the only Spartan with an overshield?
I don't know. I don't think so.
Because like when the female one was pinned down behind the wall, and there were 3 elites shooting at her. She was like, "I need help, Master Chief." And I was kind of like, "What? Why? Why do you need help?"
Maybe. I'm not sure. There's an opening scene in either 4 or 5, I can't remember. And it's got like Halsey kind of explaining to everybody. She's like, it's like, you created these super soldiers. Like, kind of what they're doing is they're almost taking parts of Halo 4 and putting it into this. Because we don't really know anything about the super soldier program or whatever, because the Spartans were designed as anti-riot police for humans, basically. If there were riots happening or protests happening, they would just drop the Spartans in there and they would be the police, basically. And people would just immediately stop. But then the Covenant started coming in. They're like, well, we can use these elite super soldiers on them, I guess, and stop, breaking up riots and stuff.
Yeah, I don't remember. I liked it though, and I read, dude. The problem with this is, and I was thinking about it, like with Halo, with Star Wars, with Marvel, with anything that has such a massive fan bases, it's literally never gonna be perfect.
No.
Like they could make everything you said you wish you got. They could do it that way, and someone else would be like, "I actually don't like the original Master Chief's voice," so it's never gonna be perfect. And I was reading not necessarily bad reviews, but people being like, "I didn't like this" or "I didn't like that." Like, guys, it's been 1 episode.
Yeah.
Let's give it at least a few episodes.
Yeah, I'm gonna watch the first season unless it starts going like completely off the walls. Like, I'm definitely down to watch the whole series. I'm interested to see when they introduce the brutes and the grunts and just all the hunters, dude. Imagine seeing a hunter in this. That's gonna be so sick.
It could end with the flood. Who knows?
Oh my God. Yeah, I didn't even think about the flood. There's so much they can do here, dude. Yeah. I mean, Johnson, we haven't even met Sergeant Johnson yet. But here's the thing. If Keith David doesn't voice the Arbiter, I'm doing something illegal. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care, Justin. What are they going to get? Jussie Smollett? What are they going to get? Who's going to voice the Arbiter?
From prison?
Yeah. This is like, seriously, who, if not, Keith David is alive. He's well. He can easily voice the Arbiter still. I swear to God, if they get somebody else to voice the Arbiter, I'm done.
I mean, maybe these people don't want to do the voice anymore.
No.
You know? Like, I don't know.
Keith David and Steve Downes have done every single Halo game. From Halo 2 onward, Steve Downes has done all of them, but Keith David has been the Arbiter since 2004. Like, come on, have some respect for the characters. Like,
they also could have done like what South Park did with Chef. Like if he said no, I feel like there's enough from all the games where they could have just pieced his voice together.
Well, dude, every single time Master Chief spoke, I would just imagine what Master Chief actually sounded like, and I shouldn't do that because you're right. I should just be like, all right, I can't get everything I want. So just accept that the fact that this guy's doing this, but I like Pablo Schreiber.
He did a good job.
Yeah, he's fine. It's nothing against him. You're right. I do have this childhood fantasy with Master Chief, and I'm like, that's my boy. That is my boy.
You know what that's called? I think you might be a bit Master Chiefist.
I mean, maybe. I mean, I'm very pro Master Chief because here's the thing, man. All these people growing up that they're like, I love Call of Duty or I love Wolfenstein or any of these other like big shooters, Battlefield, all this stuff. They don't have a Master Chief. They don't have the character that goes with you every single game, and you get to grow with him and you get to put your emotions on him because he doesn't have a lot. So it's like a Nintendo game. They don't talk that much. You're playing as that character. You become that character. Call of Duty doesn't have that. There's nobody you can relate to. There's not a face of Call of Duty, So I've just never been into that. That's why I like Halo so much, because there is an ongoing story. There is an ongoing relationship between Cortana and Master Chief and Johnson and the Arbiter. And I don't know. I think Halo is leagues above Call of Duty.
You feel like this show stole your childhood?
No, I just feel like this show is, I'm happy the show exists because like Halo is very important to me. I mean, it's very important to all of us, for different reasons, but it's like one of my favorite video games of all time. So it's delicate, to see it being put on screen. I
wanted to ask, do you know why this came out on Paramount Plus? Like, I feel like this would be a HBO or a Netflix or why Paramount? Who the hell has Paramount Plus?
It's got to be some sort of licensing agreement.
Unless Paramount paid them so much
Yeah.
money and they're like, we need people to like sign up for this.
That's probably it. I mean, Viacom owns Paramount, so they don't have, I don't think, any affiliation with Microsoft. So I'm sure that's probably it. I bet Viacom is like, we need a big show to pull people in here. Yellowstone's only getting the white people. We need everybody.
We got too many white people watching.
We need everybody. So then they partner with 343 Studios, Microsoft, and then they make this. Last thing, the music, dude. The theme song could have been like the
but that's the Halo theme song once they find the Halo.
No, that's just
they haven't found the Halo yet. Dude.
That's the theme to Halo, dude. So I was a little upset. I was like, come on, where's the music, man? Where's the music?
Dude, the thing is we have no clue where this show's going. Like,
I know.
For all we know, this might not even be like the Master Chief we know. This season could end and they like shut him down and they're like, all right, let's get Model 2 out here. And like, that's the Master Chief.
It's like Cortana. You're like, yes, that's him. It's Steve. He's back.
Dude, how happy would you be if at the end of this, like he went rogue because he's like, I don't like that I used to be a human and you like stole my life from me and I've been alive for hundreds of years. So they shut him down and then it goes black and it opens with the very first one where he like comes alive and it's the original voice.
Like, Chief, can you hear me? It's like, affirmative. It's like, yes, 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 yes. All right, yeah, dude. Then I'm 100% like, all right, I'm never leaving my house again. I'm watching this all day, every day until I die. Yeah.
Paramount's like, all right, Pablo, get the fuck out of
here. Yeah. Steve, we know you're 70. Let's go. No, I did see an interview with Steve Downs where he was like, I'm fine with passing the torch. Like, obviously, I'm not physically able to do this. And like, Steve, nobody's asking you to do anything besides sit in a booth and talk.
Steve, we have the technology.
Yeah, Steve. He's like, I'm fat and old. And we're like, it's fine, Steve. It's fine. You're Master Chief. God.
We'll just make the suit a little bigger.
Pablo Schreiber, though, he was like, I watched that like behind the scenes thing on Paramount Plus about the show. And he's like, they had to hire a personal trainer and do all this stuff because like he was skinny, dude.
But why does it matter if he's in a suit?
I mean, I think the suit's probably heavy and he's probably got to lift stuff and I don't know. But he had a personal trainer and they're showing his regimen. He's like, I'm eating 4,000 calories a day. And he's doing all this stuff. He's like, I used to be 6'3" and weigh 145 pounds. And I was like,
oh, wow.
I'm like, holy crap, dude. And now, but yeah, now he's like, they're showing him working out and stuff. And I was like, oh, so they did boot camp with him.
Wow, cool.
That's a good way to get in shape, Justin. Have Paramount pay for it, All right. Well, you got any last minute thoughts on Halo?
No, I'm excited to see where it's going to go. We got to give it at least a few episodes before we can like accurately judge something.
Yeah, and maybe we'll revisit this. I mean, this isn't going to be like a Book of Boba Fett where we do one every week.
I figured we would do one after the last one and do like a series talk of it.
Yeah, that sounds good. We are going to do Obi-Wan in May, so get ready for that. But yeah, I can't. It'll be too much to do this and Fresh Film Friday. Yeah, it's too much. But anyways, I don't know if you had to rate the pilot. I know it's kind of tough, but if you had to give the pilot a score,
I would give it an 8. Which I don't want you to focus on the 2 that I'm taking away from it. The 2 that I took away is only based off of the episode, and I'm not comparing it to anything from the games or movies. Just strictly what I think the episode could have been a little different. But that's it.
I'm going to go with the 7.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, I mean, no, it was fine. It is good, though. It is good. And I'm very excited to see where it goes from here. So no judgment yet. Steve Downs, let's go. But yeah, so check it out. It's on Paramount Plus right now. I think it's like $5 a month, or you can just get Eric's information, which I will be posting in the description to the episode. So if you want Eric's username and password to Paramount Plus, it'll be in the description of the episode.
If you want Eric's mom's credit card number, DM us.
Yep, his address, everything. So we're gonna be doxing Eric. So get ready. Anyways, if you haven't had a chance yet, we had our episode on Ed Wood that came out on Monday, and then this upcoming Monday we have Ghost Ship. So God, get ready for Ghost Ship.
I'm really excited for Ghost Ship.
Yeah, and happy April Fools, everybody, and we'll see you guys on Monday next week.
See ya.